What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? AJ Good here at the House of Masks, where we unbox and review cool stuff almost every single day, and in today's video I have a little bit of a story for you. So I'm laying in bed the other day, nothing going on, just taking a little nap, and I get a phone call from this random local number. I'm thinking, hey, it's probably just another telemarketer, but I'll answer it just in case. So I answer the phone, and it's some guy saying, hey, is this AJ? I said, yeah. He said, listen, I got your number from a mutual friend of ours, and I've got some Halloween masks that you might want to take a look at. So of course I'm thinking this guy probably has like 5 or 6 little cheap hockey masks that he got from Kmart a couple years ago or something like that. So I say, yeah man, if you want to go ahead and send some pictures over, that would be cool. And he says, well, I don't know if it's going to work out like that. He wants to meet in person. So I'm like, yeah, sure. He knows where the building is. We make plans to meet up later that night, and let me show you guys what he brought over. This dude literally shows up with 3 totes filled to the brim and 2 black contractor bags. So I did sift through these a little bit when he got here, but I didn't look at every single piece. I just kind of skimmed the top, made the decision to purchase the masks, which I will explain a little bit more here in just a second. But in today's video, we're going to be looking through all of these totes together to see what we've got. So I'm going to take these totes back to the back in the little studio area, and we're going to dig in. So when I asked the guy on the phone if he could send me photos, he was like, well, I'll probably have to swing by and do this in person because we have close to 200 masks. And he said that wasn't even all of them, that's just what he's found so far. So he shows up here at my building with all these totes. Nicest fucking dude on planet Earth. Turns out we have quite a few mutual friends. I ended up knowing his wife's brother, and everything was super, super cool. As I mentioned, I didn't get a chance to go through everything, which is kind of the purpose of this entire video. We're gonna go through all of these masks together. However, I told him I wanted all of them. I wanted everything. It was just too cool of a story not to try to purchase the entire lot. And he was like, honestly, dude, I don't care what you give me. Now, I knew that I didn't have a lot of cash on me, but I offered him everything that was in my wallet to try to make it as fair as possible. And the little amount that I offered him, because I did not have much cash on me, was really not worth it to him at all. However, he seemed to really want me to be the one to end up with these masks. He said that they were either gonna sit and rot in his garage, or they were gonna be here with me being taken care of. So he accepted the deal for some reason, and now I get to be like a kid in a candy shop going through these totes with you guys. So massive, massive shout out to Jared and his wife. Absolutely fantastic people. I am looking forward to some sort of relationship coming out of this weird little meeting. We've already talked about going to haunted houses together in the future, so I think that that could be a really, really cool thing, and I just wanted to give a massive shout out to Jared. Thank you very, very much, sir. Now with that out of the way, let's go ahead and hop on into tote 1 and see what we've got. Alright, so tote number 1, and the first thing that's already catching my eye is right here on top. This giant, weird, looks like a wood carved piece, but it's actually just latex with some foam on the inside. This thing is super, super weird. And the reason that it's catching my eye so hard is because I didn't even notice it at first, and Jared actually was like, how much you think I paid for that? And I was like, I don't know, over $100, and he said, nope, $5 at a yard sale. How neat is this piece? Just a super, super strange little piece. No stamps, no markings, nothing to tell me where this is from, when it was made, what it is. But it certainly is a very cool piece. So that is the first piece there. Go ahead and lay him in the back. It almost reminds me of the Purge, like those president masks that they wore, the evil Abe Lincoln or whatever. That thing looks like some sort of historical figure, but like caricaturized and made evil. So, all right, well, let's go ahead and dive on in. I have a feeling that a lot of these aren't gonna be anything special, just random little cheapo masks. We've got our good friend, the plastic dollar store Scream mask there. We've got a What's Up Bleeding Scream. Not really sure why you would ever have this version bleeding, but we all remember these things from our childhoods, right? Oh, this is a little gem. Fun World Rest in Peace skull, but it's the female version, and I do have one of these already. It's in a little better shape than this, but I almost like this one more because it's got a little more character. You can definitely tell that it was used and abused and such, so very, very cool. That's a nice little grab. All right, where are we going with this? What do we got here? Some sort of wizard? Not sure about this guy. Some sort of weird little wizard with a wizard hat. And I don't see any stamps or tags. Let's see. Oh, Be Something Studios. Yeah, that makes sense now. Now that I'm looking at the skull work on the wrinkles and stuff there, that definitely makes sense. Little Be Something Studios. What year is that? No year. Interesting. They normally always put years on the BSS stuff, so cool. Next up, Looks like some sort of official Chucky mask. Not really sure what version that's supposed to be. I'm not the best with Child's Play stuff, but definitely a Chucky. And definitely mass produced. Nothing crazy there. This guy's pretty cool. He looks to have some legitimate craftsmanship, at least on the sculpt. The paint looks pretty run-of-the-mill, pretty generic, but the sculpt itself, that's a nice little zombie mask. Again, I don't see any stamps or markings, so I can't tell you who the maker is. There's something. 2014, The Walking Dead. So this must be some sort of official Walking Dead mask. That explains the fact that it has a nice sculpt and a crap paint job. It's not really a crap paint job, it's just not a great paint job. Pretty cool, I like that. Nice little zombie piece. Alright, I have quite a few of these hanging out at the building. The clear impersonator masks. Nothing special there. What's this guy? He looks like a cookie. Dude looking like a chocolate chip cookie. Definitely vintage. Not sure of a maker yet again. I don't see any stamps or markings. It seems like every time I say that I end up finding one, but this time I do not. But a nice, cool, old school, vintage style mask there. Not too shabby, not too shabby. We've got some sort of Freddy. That's interesting. Oh shit, this had some sort of theft repellent badge on the back there. I guess if you take that off, the ink explodes or something? I don't know. Yeah, tampering with tag will release ink and might cause injury. That's sketchy. But it's kind of an interesting Freddy piece. It's like a pink Freddy, I don't know. Something strange going on with that paint job. I kind of dig it. Definitely reminds me of some retro ass shit there, so super, super cool with that one. All right, another Walking Dead piece. I can tell because this one still has the tag on it. Pretty cool design. Not bad, not bad. Very nice. What is this? Ooh, oh my god, something happened to his eyes. What? 2007 Seasonal Visions International. Now that is honestly a company that I can say that I've never heard of in my life. Anyone else out there ever heard of Seasonal Visions International? Never heard of them. But the mask is not in great shape, as you can see. His eyes have been cut or slit or something. Something is going on there that shouldn't be going on. He's not doing too good. Alright, what do we got next? Another zombie. If I had to guess, this is some sort of Walking Dead piece as well. Just seems to fit that Walking Dead style there. So there's a SKU number on the back, but there doesn't seem to be a tag or a stamp anywhere, so I can't tell you for sure. But nah, maybe it's not Walking Dead. This guy seems to have vampire fangs, so I'm gonna go ahead and take back my statement about that. But if it wasn't for the vampire fangs, I would have totally thought that this was a Walking Dead piece of some sort. Alright, giant jack-o'-lantern piece here on the bottom, and it's vinyl, so it won't rot or anything. I'm thinking this guy probably belongs in the window of the House of Masks. That's a very interesting piece. Got sort of a hinged jaw there, and I'm not even sure how you would wear this thing. That has to just lay on your chest or something, right? Spirit Halloween, vinyl, very cool. I dig that a lot. All right, looks like an old Topstone style new skin mask here. I don't know if I've seen these lurking around eBay or in other people's collections or not, but those old new skins, there's so many similar variants out there that it's hard to tell. But regardless, this is a nice little creep, nice vintage feeling piece there. So that is very, very cool. We've got, what the fuck is going on with this guy? Oh, he's falling apart. We've got some sort of clown with a ripped skin effect. If you're into that kind of shit, you probably think this is really, really cool. Oh, and the jaw moves, I guess. Or used to? I don't know. It's got a hinge on the inside, but can't tell what's going on with that guy. We've got another hinged jaw piece. Looks like maybe some skin is supposed to come off of this one too. Can't tell. I'm not crazy about these pieces. I think the gimmick of like the talking mouth, moving jaw type thing makes sense, but they just don't tickle my fancy. Alright. Another weird old Freddy piece. These old Freddy pieces are really cool, actually. I don't have a big Freddy collection, and I'm not super crazy about the Nightmare on Elm Street series or Freddy in general. However, I do really appreciate these old 80s style slasher things, so very, very cool, and definitely excited to put that with the rest of my Freddy stuff, which is actually starting to become somewhat of a legitimate old collection, but I really dig the old mass-produced retro shit. It seemed like Freddy and the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise were the first ones to like really take their marketing into like pop culture. So I think that's super, super cool. I'll set him with the other one. All right, we are winding down here. I'm just gonna set these guys to the side because they don't seem like anything special, but we are winding down to the bottom of tote number 1. Looks like we've got a Hannibal, We've got a Jason still with the tag. Makes me think some of these are stolen. I don't know. Old Jason here. This is kind of cool because it's a two-piece. It's got the actual Hannibal Lecter mask over top, and then we've got Hannibal himself underneath. Definitely kind of rad for an old mass-produced piece there, so that's kind of cool. And what do we got? Two more in this one. This is strange. Such a heavy mask, but it's like I guess like a geezer zombie, some sort of old school zombie with, like, I don't know, buckshot in his face. There's just these random little holes that seem to have little balls in them, but I don't think that's really how buckshot sprays. So regardless, kind of interesting. Mouth moves. It's been sewn back on. This is by the Great Cover-Up. That is why it's so old. If you guys have ever had a Great Cover-Up mask, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. These masks just weigh a lot. They are so dense. Maybe that's why they don't seem to rot too hardcore, because these things are old. I'm talking mid-80s old, maybe earlier than that. But yeah, they are very, very heavy, and that's all I can say about the Great Cover-Up masks. One more, what do we got? Some sort of executioner hood style thing there. Not too bad, not too bad. Well, I would say that that's a pretty good little haul, and that is tote 1 out of 3 totes and a bag. So fucking sick. I've definitely already gotten my money's worth. That is for sure. And at the end of the video, when you guys see all of the masks spread out here on the floor, I'm going to tell you guys what I paid for this entire lot, and I think that your brains are going to melt. So, with that being said, let's hop on into tote number 2 and see what else we can find. Alright guys, tote number 2. Starting off, we'll pick this guy. Some sort of old vinyl piece. This is a 97 Paper Magic Group piece. I definitely could have guessed that that was Paper Magic Group. Some sort of old school Dracula looking fella there. Feels pretty gross. And I just spotted a goodie underneath that. This is going to make the entire lot worth it, because we've got an old school Distortions Unlimited piece, and this is super weird because I already have this piece, but the sculpt that I have has a big gross tongue hanging out, so I'm really confused. I'm gonna have to look at my copy and see if the tongues were separately molded and then glued onto the mask, but I don't think that they were. But yeah, some nice old vintage Distortions goodness there. Fucking super, super rad. Very, very stoked on that. And that gives me hope for the rest of this, because as I've mentioned, I only skimmed over the top and clearly I missed that piece. So yeah, I wonder what else is in here. I see a Paper Magic Group skull. These were pretty popular choices. You'll see these on eBay quite often and in a lot of people's collections for good reason. I mean, that's a real classic looking skull thing there. Like, if I think Halloween, I definitely think of this piece. So we got a jagged cut mouth and looks cool. Once again, black vinyl, not gonna rot. Very, very cool piece that I've never personally owned, that I wouldn't have minded owning. I wouldn't mind owning, and now I do own it. And my words don't work good, so yeah, cool piece. Cool piece. Let's get this witch out of the way. I've had one of these before. I actually used the witch hat off of it for something else, and I always thought that the sculpt itself for this witch was pretty cool. She's pretty diabolical looking, very sinister, so. Again, this is vinyl, won't rot, very cool. Yet another zombie, and if I had to guess, this probably has something to do with The Walking Dead, although I can't tell you for sure. Terrible hair on that. Terrible, terrible hair. It looks like those weird microfiber lights or whatever they had, where the lights would light up on the end and it would just kind of glow and shit. I don't know. Decent sculpt. Terrible, terrible hair. Alright, vinyl, clear Frankenstein. See those in dollar stores and stuff. Skinned face mask. Another skinned face mask. These were pretty popular in stores a couple years back, and might still be, actually. I don't know. We got weird capped skull guy. Nothing crazy. This guy has his own nose in his mouth. This looks like half of the people in Chillicothe, to be honest. No teeth, just fucking chewing on their own mouth somehow. Grossing me out. Stop going out in public, and if you're gonna go out in public, stop doing this. This is another 2008 Seasonal Visions. It's super weird that I've never heard of that company, and now I've seen 2 of their pieces in this little haul, so wonder if they just didn't make it very long, weren't very popular or something. Next up, we've got one of these atrocities. Cannot imagine spending money on that, but hey, everybody's got their thing. We've got another, ooh, spooky clown boy with rainbow hair. Ah, looks like Takashi if he put face paint on, covered his stupid fucking tattoos up. Be quiet over there, okay? Little hand-done face mask, little plastic face mask. Still got the tags on it. Hell yeah. Old, glow-in-the-dark Caesar Vampire. I already have one of these. This one might be in slightly worse shape, but what a cool concept for a mask. I love that glowing look even when it's not in the dark and it's just one solid color. Really kind of like accents the sculpt or highlights the sculpt, I guess. Very, very cool. Wonder if it still glows bright. We've got a hard, crusty, very bent out of shape little vinyl zombie guy there. Nothing crazy, nothing crazy. Little spooky plastic ghoul. He's pretty cool. It's like The Nun if The Nun was cool, but The Nun is not cool. Imagine liking those movies. Got some gray hair here. Oh, another old Caesar piece. Vinyl. Almost looks like the Father Time, but slightly different there. We've got a chest plate. Is that what that is? Yeah, it must be. Must be like a child's chest plate. It's pretty tiny, but black vinyl. Not going anywhere. Damn, no shit. What? We just got a Buckethead score. Dude, that's fucking sick. We've got the Buckethead old woman minus the, what do you call it, the bandana, the scarf thing that she had. So those scarves are actually somewhat easy to come across, and this thing is in good shape, so I may end up just finding a scarf for it and having a triple in my collection, or maybe sending this out to some bucket buddies that deserve it. But that's very cool. Definitely unexpected. Old Kmart style, made in Sri Lanka witch that was used by Buckethead, and one of the oldest Buckethead oddballs that I can remember. It's plagued me for a long time, and then once I got one, I ended up finding like a couple of them, so now we've got another one to add to the collection. That's very, very cool. Alright, what the fuck do we have here? Weird mutant bug with some crazy colors going on with this paint job. Actually, I'm not into sci-fi type stuff like that, but the colors on this are just phenomenal, so I actually really dig that. And once again, vinyl. Got a old man Sri Lanka, just like I thought. Pretty weak latex. These Sri Lanka masks also have their own weight. They're very light and very fragile feeling, so they're kind of the opposite of the great cover-up masks, but if I had to guess, this and the witch were probably bought together. We've got what I would assume used to be an old DU piece of some sort. Definitely looks like a distortion sculpt, but none of the mask is there. Only the cap is, so that's unfortunate. Pretty sad. Yep, got a distortion stamp right there on the back. I'm glad that it's not a mask that I recognize, because I'd be real sad to see something like a mini vamp cut up and destroyed. So yeah, little distortions piece there. Old mummy type piece? I don't know. Yeah, we got some bandages on there. This is a Paper Magic Group hinged jaw talking type mask. Very cool. Would have loved to have seen what that would look like if it wasn't hinged. Again, those gimmick masks are okay, but I feel like we ruined some cool sculpts and stuff like that. So again, vinyl, not gonna rot. I don't know how many times I need to say that. And then we move on to a piece that is rotting. Or maybe not, maybe it's just bent real bad. Yeah, this one's just out of shape. Got a pretty distorted face there, but it's some sort of moving jaw, werewolf style piece. Not something that I recognize. Got some more little cheapies. Little cheap plastic piece there. Clear plastic piece. Got a little zombie. Another one of these guys. He's pretty bent up and destroyed, but I don't know, maybe we can get him back to shape. And then last but not least, this is strange. A fucking Hitler mask? Maybe it's Charlie Chaplin, because I don't remember Hitler's hair looking like that, but that mustache just, I mean, obviously gives me Hitler vibes. Very weird. He's rotting, and I can't find a tag on here anywhere, but let's just say this is Charlie Chaplin. This is not Hitler. This is Charlie Chaplin. Alright, well, that's it for tote 2. On to the final tote, and I believe the biggest tote, at least height-wise, and then we'll take a look at the bag and see what else we've got. Man, this was a nice haul already. We've already got some nice little scores in there. That Buckethead piece really makes me happy, so hell yeah, Buckethead and distortions in the second tub. Very stoked on that. Let's see what tub number 3 brings us. Oh, I'm too old for this. Oh, my body. Sit Indian style, see if that helps. Am I allowed to say Indian style? Is that fucking offensive now in 2021? Alright, tote number 3. We've got a vinyl Crypt Keeper mask. I've got a couple of these, but I never really get sick of that because the Crypt Keeper was a large part of my horror childhood, so that's cool. Vinyl, won't rot. Alright, I'm gonna stop saying that now because it's getting a bit ridiculous. Next up, leaves and all. We got some sort of, I don't know, rotting zombie with just very strange flesh. Looks like he's like raw hamburger. If I had to guess, it's probably a Sri Lanka. Yep, it's a Sri Lanka. Just feel that soft, stretchy, weird, lightweight latex. Anybody that owns a Sri Lanka can probably attest to what I'm saying about these pieces. So, got another scary clown. Ooh, original. See a Tot Sam. At least I think this is the Trick or Treat Studio Sam. I don't know. They have a deluxe one and a non-deluxe one. I've never owned one. Yep, made in Mexico, Trick or Treat Studios. We got a Sam here. Not what I'm going to be using for the life-size build. I want to do a full burlap one so it looks super legit. Got some sort of knight or I don't know, something with a, oh, it's like a Viking, I guess. Trying to figure out what I'm doing here. Old vinyl Viking. Who's this by? Don Post Studios. Seen this guy from time to time. Weird cage face thing, kind of cool. Cheap plastic, kind of wish that it was latex or something, but it is what it is. Got a Heath Ledger vinyl Joker, whatever. What's this, another Sri Lanka piece? Feels like it, let's see. Kind of a cool sculpt there, and right under the chin, made in Sri Lanka. Again, they just have their own feel. We got some sort of drac here. If I had to guess, this is probably some sort of top stone, just based on the hair and just the way that the latex and stuff feels. However, I don't see a stamp anywhere on the mask, so I can't be too for certain. See a little screen piece here. Let's see what we got. I don't know anything about screen pieces, guys, so did I just strike gold or did I get a $20 mask? Got a T under it, and I hear a lot of people talking about T stamps, but I feel like I've had T stamps before and they were never anything special. So let me know down in the comments what we've got there. And, woo! Just found another Buckethead Oddball. Somebody's getting a Buckethead Oddball hookup because I'm going to send my doubles to somebody that really deserves it. What we've got here is yet another Buckethead Oddball, and you can see this in a pretty infamous picture of him recording in a studio. He's got that mask on, which is vinyl, by the way, and he's got like a stack of masks next to him, so that's kind of cool. 2 Buckethead Oddballs so far in this haul. We got another Top Stone new skin mask. This one still has the Kmart price tag on it. At least I'm assuming it's a Kmart price tag. I know these were sold pretty widely in Kmarts back in the day, and that is very rad. I love the old new skin, but see how that looks almost exactly like the other one I showed you guys earlier? They just were very, very similar in sculpts and paint jobs. So then we've got another Top Stone new skin mask right there. And these ones had light up eyes, so they were a little bit above, kind of a step above the just regular base model Top Stone new skin pieces there. Obviously this one's got a little wilder paint. Even the sculpt itself is a little more technical with the teeth and whatnot, but these eyes were really what sold these ones. What the fuck is that? I don't even know what I'm looking at there. What's this guy? Another Top Stone new skin, nothing real crazy. An alien guy, and I think I have 1 or 2 pieces from this same line because the hood is definitely the same and these domes for the eyes are definitely the same, but I've never actually seen this variant. So, very cool. Man, if you guys could smell the smell in here right now.
A smelly smell that smells smelly.
It is on another level. If you guys like Halloween hunting and old stuff, antique shops and masks, then this is the smell for you because it smells like an old mask shop and it is amazing. Next up, we've got sort of a more evil version of like Nosferatu, and it looks like this one had light up eyes as well. However, the little battery thing is not doing too well. Who's this? Rubies? 95 Rubies Costume Co. Very cool. We've got some sort of crazy, kind of a, I guess a witch doctor style zombie, if that makes any sense. I don't know. Can't tell. Kind of looks like a cowboy in the face, but then he's got that weird like bayou hat or whatever. I don't know. I don't know anything about voodoo and witch doctors. Look at this ugly bastard. Some sort of tattooed orc or some shit. Vinyl. Who is it? Paper Magic Group. Probably could have guessed that. Another Sri Lanka mask. Yes, I can tell just by the way that it feels, the way that this latex sits, and it's actually rotting pretty bad under the chin, but right there is the Sri Lanka tag. Well, that's unfortunate. I would have quite a collection of Sri Lankas at this point. Here we've got another Paper Magic Group. This is a Paper Magic Group witch, some sort of old hag, crazy-eyed lady there. We got a bunch of Jason Hawks, but from the looks of it, none of them seem too special. We got this cheap kids foam one. We got this one that's literally painted to look like Jason, probably one of the first that they did. We've got that classic old clear one. This one's been painted black, another old clear one, and then this one with the weird mouth. We've all seen these guys before. Nice little stack there. We've got this guy who's definitely not doing well. Poor mask. What was it? Made in China, that's all it says, and made in China under the chin, so not sure. Some sort of old mummy looking dude. Poor guy. What the fuck is this? So it appears to be some sort of mix between Kiss and Ozzy. It's just like they wanted to do some sort of rocker, so they combined Kiss style makeup with the whole Ozzy eating a bat's head mythos. And this is what we got. Kind of weird. Paper Magic Group? No, this is 2007 Seasonal Visions. Another Seasonal Visions for the collection. A vinyl piece, and very similar to Paper Magic Group's style, so it wouldn't surprise me if Seasons Visions or Seasonal Visions was some sort of like off-brand, sister brand of Paper Magic Group, or maybe just a company that produced sculpts or whatnot for Paper Magic Group. Kind of like how they did Distortions producing for Rubies and whatnot. Kind of strange, but yeah, maybe that's a possibility. Here we've got, this is an interesting one, some sort of weird, hypnotizing old man. Look at those eyes. Very strange. He's got a real weird look on his face. Something going on with his eyebrows. And he's got some funky eyeballs. But kind of cool. Paper Magic Group. Some sort of, oh, it's a Sri Lanka piece. I saw the tag before I really touched the latex, so I cheated on that one, but interesting because it's very detailed compared to a lot of the other Sri Lanka sculpts, as you can see with these weird little hooks in the mouth and whatnot. So that's definitely kind of interesting. Not only does it have hair, which you don't normally see on those Sri Lanka pieces, but it's also got a pretty detailed paint job, and it's got a pretty detailed sculpt going on, so that's very interesting. Weird old man, skull jester thing that we've all seen. This fucking guy. Here we've got a kind of an interesting piece there, almost Dr. Satan-esque with the weird mouth and the angry face. Here we've got a leather face that is definitely not doing well, and it's pretty tiny. So I don't know if maybe that was some sort of children's version, but definitely an old vinyl Leatherface. Ruby's Costume Co. That's the first Ruby's I've seen since we've been in here, so that's cool. Here we've got an old, what, Be Something Studios? Yeah, look at that. Some vintage BSS goodness. It's like the second BSS that we've seen in this lot. Another talking jaw, weird flippy floppy, flip flaps and flabias guy. Grim Reaper, kind of a cool design there. Definitely a children's mask, very small. We've got a bleeding skull, which should be familiar to a lot of you guys. I know a lot of us had these in our childhood. We've got vinyl Jason Voorhees. Looks like Jason Goes to Hell. Fucking terrible, but something really cool about it, honestly. Pancake Jason. We've got another one of these dudes, which we saw one earlier, just with a slightly different paint job. Blah. Scary clown again. This guy's not doing too good. Jack-o'-lantern face. We've got another one of these witches, which we pulled out of the same tote, I believe. Spider-Man. Nothing spookier than Spider-Man. Got this weird executioner, Grim Reaper style guy. Another bleeding skull, and behind that, or inside of that, what the fuck is going on in there? Oh my god, there was literally a whole ass fucking skeleton prop inside of that mask. I thought I was going crazy. I was like, what the fuck, man? How are you supposed to wear that with a giant piece of plastic in there? Whatever that is. Oh, we got another Scream piece. Hopefully it's not a T-stamp and I struck gold. This says Easter Unlimited, made in China. Not a T-stamp. I don't know what it is. Scream guys, help me out. What do we got? No T-stamp. Just says made in China and Easter Unlimited. An HN maybe? I don't know. Let me know. And then last but not least, we got this Kroger guy. I always know him as a Kroger guy because that's where you could get these in my town anyways back in the day. And by back in the day, I mean like 5, 6, 7 years ago. So there's tote number 3, the biggest tote. Once again, got some goodies. We got a Buckethead Oddball out of that one. And I don't know, it's all starting to run together now. And hopefully we've got a nice, expensive Scream mask because that's what I need, I guess. Yeah, we've got one more bag to go through, and then the other bag just turned out to be a box full of mannequin heads. How can a bag be a box? I don't know, I'm just saying words at this point. It was a bag full of mannequin heads, which I can always use around these parts, especially now that I've got all of these masks laying around. So, let me push these totes out of the way, and we will get on into the bag, which is the final item. Then we'll spread all these guys out, take a look, and I'm gonna tell you guys how much I paid for all of this shit. Alright, here we have the finale. What will we see? A jester? A ghost glow? A vintage West German clown? Probably not, but it would be cool if we did.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
I actually think that in the bag is like the least special stuff, but I don't know, we'll see. Here we've got Zagoni pumpkin guy. That's like, I don't know why I always thought these were pumpkin seeds. Turns out it's just snot and stuff. So we got snotty guy, but I thought he was pumpkin head guy, and he had pumpkin seeds and pumpkin innards hanging out of his face, but I'm just an idiot. Something with hair and a hat. Big old hatted skull piece right there. Vinyl. Vinyl.
Spinal.
Clear guy. I guess it's a girl, but I don't know. It's 2021. People are allowed to just make shit up. This is fucking sick. What on earth? Look at this big ass dude. What the fuck? Super rad. Love that. Absolutely love that. What is this? Doesn't say. Can't tell you. Don't know. But it's latex and it's old for sure. And it's very, very large.
That's what she said.
Cheapos galore. Some sort of sacrificial skull. Bloody impersonator. Oh, this is cool. Very cool. Look at that. Oh yeah, looking like an old topstone piece of some sort. I really, really dig that. Another bleeding scream and a generic clown that I think is probably still sold. I see these quite often. So, is that it? That's the bag. Okay, well, the bag was a little lackluster, but wait till I spread all these out and show you guys exactly what we just went through.
One eternity later.
I actually had to tie my hair back because I got so hot while laying these things out that I started sweating pretty profusely. This is insane. Are you guys ready for this? Check this out. What on earth? There's just so freaking many. Oh my god. Insanity. I'm going to take you up to the loft here so you can get a bird's eye view of all these things because they honestly don't fit in the screen all at once down here. So give me just a second, I'll check back in. Look at this madness. You know what I didn't do? I didn't count to see how many were there. Damn it. Alright, well, I guess I should probably do that, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 91, wait, 100, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 118 by my calculations. Alright guys, are you ready for the big reveal? What did I pay for this entire lot of 118 Halloween masks, 110 whole dollars? That was the amount that I had in my wallet. That is the amount that Jared agreed to take. And I think that I did pretty well. Now obviously we don't have any sort of jesters, vintage West G clowns, dummies, ghost glows, etc. However, we did get some nice little gems. We have 2 unknown Scream masks as of right now because the people that I've asked have not replied yet, and I don't know what I'm doing with those, so those could be anywhere from probably $25 a piece to like $800 a piece according to eBay. We'll have to see. But what we did for sure get was 2 Buckethead oddballs, 2 pretty sought after and well-known Buckethead oddballs, so those are pretty good. I would say that those 2 masks combined would definitely easily pay for this lot. And we got another nice little score, at least in my opinion, this old vintage Distortions Unlimited piece right there. Again, I'm not really sure what that would fetch, but when it comes down to it, I don't really care about the monetary value of this score. I care about the story. Like, I had a dude recognize me from my channel, get a hold of one of my friends to get a hold of me because he wanted his entire lot of masks that he's been collecting for like 20 years to come here. That is pretty fucking cool. You really can't beat that. He told me to name my price. I did what I could for the guy and he did what he could for me, and now we have this, and I hope that I have a new friend. So with all of that being said, that is going to just about do it for this video. I will give you guys one more glance over at this mask lot, let you see everything in a little more detail than you did a few minutes ago, and we will end it. So thank you guys very, very much for watching. I hope that you have enjoyed it, and until the next time, this has been AJ Good here at the House of Masks telling you to say no to drugs and alcohol and yes to good deals. We'll see you guys in the next one.